I'm sure we've all come across new words and phrases that we're unsure of. For example, you might be planning to go abroad to a different country where they speak a different language. In preparation, you may have learnt that new language or a few phrases or a few words to help you understand what's going on. Well, it's the same when we start learning a new subject or topic. We need to familiarise ourselves with a few terms to try and help us to get through and to learn the new topic. Research is no exception. These videos, in part, are to help us understand some of these new terms in a way that we can learn the subject in a deeper form. My name is Dr. Martin Partridge, and in this presentation we're going to look at what is research and why do students and practitioners need to know about research. So, what is research? Well, students have said that research can be summed up as having a question and needing an answer that is not already out there. They've also said it's trying to come up with some sort of discovery that is useful. Also, students have said it's a process of discovering new knowledge and filling a research gap in a field that you're familiar with. However, research can be defined in many different ways, and what I've used here is one example, and you might find loads of other examples, and I'd like to encourage you to find other examples of how research is defined, but I think this is a good example of how we can define it more formally. So, according to the Social Care Institute of Excellence, which is a body that I'd encourage you to also look up, research can be defined as a form of systematic inquiry that contributes to knowledge. So, why do we need research? Well, research helps to inform our thoughts and our knowledge, and research can help us in our work. For example, if you wanted to know about how to work with another cultural group, research can help as long as the research has been done. So if we look at the slide, social care interventions should be based on reflections on research that can inform the skills and decision making of a practitioner. So it's really important that we understand research and then how research can be applied. So, being a researcher. Well, I'm sure we've all done a bit of research in the past. For example, you may have bought a new car and you need to look at some insurance for that car, so you've been looking around at best prices, best deals you can find for that car insurance. Well, that's a form of research. Even if we've just gone to the supermarket to buy some products or some food or whatever, and we've compared the prices, or we've looked and analysed what's the actual contents of something, well, that's also a form of research. So research is all around us all the time. More formally though, research can be something that is done at a university or a research institute, and maybe even funded, but the principles are the same. So thinking about being a researcher, the sort of qualities that people tend to have as researchers are around being determined and being consistent in their approach to doing something, but also being able to communicate that research to a wider audience. So why do students and practitioners need to know about research? Well, we need to try and understand how to evaluate research. So for example, we can read journal articles and reports on research that has been done, but we also need to understand what those reports are saying, but also we need to understand how that research has been developed. So we need to be able to evaluate research. At some point in the future, you might be asked to do some research. So knowing about research or the principles of that research is a really good start. What I would like you to do is to have a look at the literature that I'm going to put in a list at the bottom of the screen. Have a read around what others have said research is and why it is so important. Go to my YouTube channel for more reading lists, and also go to the YouTube channel to look at other videos that I've produced in this step-to-step guide for students and practitioners. But above all, please like and please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.